What's up, guys? It is Sam here, and today I wanted to talk about Tulsi Gabbard, however you say her name, and who actually won and had the biggest impact from this past debate that we had for the Democratic candidates for presidency. So, with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and if you're returning, two things. Thank you. Second thing, you had better be pressing that thumbs up button. This is your second time here, bro? Okay, let's get into it. So, you already know who won, and I'm going to show you that by taking a look at a bunch of different pieces of data that's all objective. Like, I'm not manipulating it in any way or any, like, you could just see this yourself and realize that this person is gaining a shitload of awareness in America right now, and I'm going to explain to you why. So, right here we have Google Trends. So Google Trends tracks all of the searches on Google as well as YouTube. So every single search that happens on YouTube, Google tracks. And this is the people like you and me who search for shit on YouTube, right? So this is a very representative of what's happening in terms of relevance, like what people are interested in, right? Because what do you search for? You search for things that you're interested in learning or seeing more about, to understand for whatever reason. And YouTube is the second largest website on the planet. So there's a abundance of attention on YouTube. So it's a good barometer, in my opinion, for the heartbeat of relevance for each one of the Democratic candidates, right? And so right here we're looking at the searches on YouTube for Tulsi Miss Gabbard here, okay? And this is over the past 12 months. And so we see that she tends to do really well right around the debates, because right here in the 12-month view, she's doing, she had a big spike in attention, then she had another big spike in attention, and then she leveled out more so, but at a higher level. Even though it's dropping down a little bit here, it's still actually higher than back here. And then I took a look at the last 90 days to just kind of understand what is happening with her attention. And this is the last debate in August, right? And then the debate that just happened, if we take a look over here, this is just wiki, we see that the debate was on the 15th, right? So I think it was the 15th of October. And this is the 15th of October, or the 16th, I'm sorry. So the 15th, I think it was maybe on the West Coast. I have no idea what the time zone it was in, so that would be why the majority of that came up on the next day, because if any portion of the day has passed, then that's probably not going to be the biggest spike in attention, because the next day represents the full entire data of searching for that person. So I kept coming in, then I came into the 30-day, and we see this like basically level for the vast majority of 30 days. Then we have the debate here, and she just explodes. And she still looks like she's going up and to the right. So then lastly, I came in here and I looked at the past 7 days, and we see two more micro spikes here in the short term, right? This is right after the debate, and then something else happened. I feel like somebody mentioned somewhere, or I saw a headline somewhere about Clinton and Tulsi Gabbard, or whatever, something Clinton going on with that. So I think this represents this spike here, and the first spike is probably when the debate happened. So that's all good and well, Sam, but how does this prove that she actually won? Well, let's get into this. So what I did was I ranked her relative to all the other candidates, well, these 12 candidates here that were at the debate, to see who had the most search volume at the 12-month mark, the 3-month mark, and the 1-month mark. And I stack ranked them in terms of highest amount of search volume to lowest amount of search volume. And each one of those time periods to see who won, and then I took an average across all three. But not an equally weighted average. I did 25% for the 12-month, 25% for the 3-month, and 50% for the 30-day, because I believe that the most recent 30 days represents the most relevant information. So that is why it's weighted a little bit higher. And when I do that, I had previously not had Ms. Gabba in this ranking um, because she wasn't in the last debate. So I just took the top 10 people who were in the last debate, and I had been using those. And then I started seeing her headline come up on my newsfeed. I didn't like read the articles, but I would see it. And so I was like, this person's popping up. I need to look up this person to see how they're doing. And when I did that, against all the other candidates, she's ranked 5th. So from not even being in the last debate to being ranked 5th relative to all the other candidates we have here, that's tremendous. So then I jumped over to Alexa, which is a website that ranks other websites globally and by country. And what we see here is that in the United States, she is ranked 25th, thousandth roughly. But we see she had gained a bunch of interest right here. She was actually losing interest, and then it kind of flattened out in terms of like her gaining ground or losing ground until we got the debate right here. And the data in here is it looks like it's even more lagged for people to find her site because they want to find out who this person is. So maybe this is like just gaining interest. But we do see clearly an up and to the right impact, like substantial impact. And the same thing happened for the debate in July. So when she had debate in July, she had a bunch of interest. The debate in September, she missed and she didn't get that pop in interest. So now she seems to be getting some of that pop. Next thing what we're going to take a look at is her YouTube channel. So I pulled up her YouTube channel and we're looking at it on Social Blade. And Social Blade just ranks all of the different YouTube channels on YouTube. So you can look up any YouTube channel on Social Blade and see the statistics of that YouTube channel with a smaller margin of error, right? Like they're very similar, but it might not be exact. So looking at mine, it's not necessarily exact, but it's very similar. So what we have here is Tulsi Gabbard starting from about the beginning of the month. We have 10/8 up to 10/21. So we have about 2 weeks worth of data here. And this is when the debate happened, right? It happened on the 15th. And then we take a look at the 16th. So she almost 10x'd the number of views she's getting per day from the debate. 10 times the interest, right? Look at this. This is more than 10 times. Like, it's not, okay, not quite 10 times in some of these, but in other ones, it's very like close. Well, basically, I guess it's just this one. So not quite 10 times in everything, but 9 times in a bunch of areas. So this is just tremendous, the amount of interest. And the same thing happened with the number of subscribers. She wasn't really having a trend of subscriber growth. Now she's getting a couple thousand every single day, which is tremendous. And by the way, I found a couple things where if you are a fan of Tulsi Gabbard, you should share this with her, or at least this back portion of the video, because I'm going to give her some tips on how to improve her channel and her effectiveness with what she is doing, because she is putting out content. Okay, so I pulled up her last video right here. We're just going to take a look at it. And I pull up the description. And in her description, she's got one link, and it just says donate here. So what she can do, which is going to be much more effective, she's going to drive more traffic to her website, is if she does the same thing but adds 3 or 4 more links to her website. This says, so it says donate here. Then the next one could be like the next page of the website where it says she talks about her policies, and the next one could be about the news about Tulsi Gabbard, and then the next one could be about an email list, right? So you have 4 different links to the same fucking website because people have different interests. They're not just going to go there to donate. Some people will just completely ignore the link. And then the other thing is there should be another 5 or 6 links with all the other social media she has or uses, so that people can find her on these other social media, because she's tremendously spiking in interest right now, and she's losing so much opportunity by not fucking putting this like other links in here. It's just astonishing. And then we're going to take a look at her actual YouTube page. So this is the YouTube page you find if you go to Tulsi Gabbard. And so first I noticed she's got 2 videos in the last 24 hours, and then she's been putting out a decent amount of content recently. So that's awesome. Awesome. She's got pretty good thumbnails for a lot of these. They're not like shitty fucking thumbnails, but I think that she just needs to put out more content. And you might say, well, she's putting out 2 per day, or she did put out 2 per day, and it looks like she's putting out a lot, but there's a lot of opportunity for a lot more interest. If she wants to build the awareness and there's a huge spike in the interest around her, if she goes full throttle and does 18 videos a day, she's going to win, because she's putting out so much content when there's this giant spike of interest. So she'll be able to garner more interest. If somebody watches more, a little bit different part of her story, she's going to be able to build upon that, right? So that's like building a relationship with each one of these people each time they watch this. Now, last part here is her About Me page. If you go over to the About Me page for her channel, she doesn't even link out to her website. So if you're trying to gather donations, you need to link out to your website. Yes, she has these here, but they're not clickable. Like, that's cool. Like, I could copy this and then fucking put it up in the URL, but make it easier for people. Put a fucking link down here for your website, and you know, you're gonna get better results. So anyways, if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. Share this video with somebody else who you think can get value, especially if you know somebody who's on her team. Share this video with them and tell them to watch like the last like 5 minutes or 6 minutes, because it's gonna help their campaign. And if she's trying to win, they would appreciate that. So share this video with them and subscribe. Jump over to Instagram, say what's good, and I will talk to you soon. Peace out.